You paid $35,000 for a car loaded with fancy features that the salesperson promised would make your life easier. 6 months later, your mechanic is explaining why that panoramic sunroof is going to cost you $2,500 to fix, and your CVT transmission needs a $4,000 replacement at only 80,000 miles. Car manufacturers love selling you expensive features that sound amazing on paper, but turn into expensive nightmares in the real world. Don't skip number 5. This fuel-saving feature that every car company pushes is quietly destroying your battery and starter, and most people have no idea until they get hit with an $800 repair bill. Welcome to Built-in Boost, where we break down the hype, cut through the marketing, and give you the real story behind the badge. Today we are exposing 8 car features that sound great in the showroom but become expensive problems once you own them. Your mechanic knows these features cause trouble, but nobody tells you before you buy. Ready to learn what features to avoid? Let us get started. Number 1. CVT transmissions, smooth but expensive. CVT stands for continuously variable transmission, and car manufacturers love them because they help cars get better gas mileage on EPA tests. Salespeople will tell you how smooth they feel compared to regular automatics, but they will not mention that CVT repairs cost twice as much and happen twice as often. CVT transmissions use a steel belt and pulleys instead of traditional gears, which sounds high-tech until that belt starts slipping or breaks completely. When a CVT fails, you cannot just rebuild it like a regular automatic transmission. Most of the time, you need a complete replacement because the specialized parts are too expensive to make rebuilding worthwhile. The problems start around 80,000 to 120,000 miles when you notice a whining noise that gets worse with acceleration. Your car might hesitate when you step on the gas or feel like it is slipping between gears even though it does not have traditional gears. Some CVTs make a horrible drone noise that sounds like a broken vacuum cleaner. A regular automatic transmission rebuild costs $2,500 to $4,000. A CVT replacement runs $4,500 to $7,000 because you need an entire new unit. Even worse, many CVT failures happen just outside the warranty period, leaving owners stuck with massive repair bills. If you want reliability and affordable repairs, stick with traditional automatics or manual transmissions that mechanics actually know how to fix affordably. Number 2. Panoramic sunroofs. Always leak. That massive glass roof looks incredible in the showroom, stretching from the windshield almost to the back window and making your car feel like a convertible. The salesperson will show you how it tilts and slides, but they will never mention that panoramic sunroofs have more leak points than a garden sprinkler and cost a fortune to fix properly. Panoramic sunroofs have multiple drain tubes, seals, and moving parts that all need to work perfectly to keep water out of your car. When any of these components fail, you get water pouring into your interior during rainstorms. The drain tubes clog with leaves and debris, causing water to back up and overflow into your cabin. The long rubber seals dry out and crack, especially at the corners where they meet other seals. You will start noticing water stains on your headliner or damp carpet after heavy rains. Your car might develop a musty smell from mold, growing in wet padding under your seats. Electronics start malfunctioning when water gets into wiring harnesses hidden in your roof. The repair costs get brutal fast because mechanics have to remove your entire headliner to access the drain system and replace seals. You are looking at $1,500 to $3,500 just to fix the leak, plus another $2,000 to $4,000 to replace water-damaged interior components and electronics. Regular single-panel sunroofs leak too, but they have fewer failure points and cost half as much to repair when they do go bad. Number 3. Electronic parking brakes. Costly failures. Electronic parking brakes sound futuristic because you just push a button instead of pulling a handle, but this fancy feature turns a simple $50 cable replacement into a $1,200 computer nightmare when something goes wrong. Traditional parking brake cables last 100,000 miles and any mechanic can fix them with basic tools. Electronic parking brakes use electric motors, sensors, and computer modules to clamp your rear brake pads against your rotors. When any part of this complex system fails, your parking brake might not release, leaving you stuck in your driveway with wheels that will not turn. Other times, the system fails to engage, and your car rolls away in parking lots. You will hear grinding noises when the electronic motors struggle to release corroded brake mechanisms. Warning lights start flashing on your dashboard when sensors detect problems with the system. Some cars go into limp mode and will not drive normally until you get the electronic parking brake fixed. The repair costs are insane because you need specialized diagnostic equipment to communicate with the parking brake module. Replacing the electronic actuators costs $800 to $1,500 per wheel. If the control module fails, add another $600 to $1,000 for parts and programming. Regular parking brakes use simple cables and springs that work even when your battery dies. Electronic systems fail when your car battery gets weak, potentially trapping you with wheels that will not release until you get a jump start or tow. Number 4. Run flat tires, harsh and pricey. Run flat tires promise that you can keep driving even after getting a puncture, which sounds great until you realize they cost twice as much as regular tires and make your car ride like a shopping cart with square wheels. Car manufacturers love them because they can eliminate spare tires and save trunk space, but they will not tell you about the hidden costs. Run flat tires have reinforced sidewalls that support your car's weight even when flat, but this extra rubber makes them incredibly stiff and heavy. Your car bounces over every bump and crack in the road because the tires cannot flex normally. Road noise increases dramatically, turning highway drives into loud, uncomfortable experiences that regular tires would handle smoothly. The real problem comes when you need replacements. Run flat tires cost $200 to $400 each compared to $100 to $200 for equivalent regular tires. You cannot repair most run flat tire punctures, so even a small nail hole means buying a completely new tire. Many tire shops cannot even mount run flats because they require special equipment. When run flats do get punctured, you can only drive 50 miles at 50 miles per hour before they completely fail. This limited range might not get you home or to a tire shop, especially in rural areas. You still end up calling for roadside assistance, making the whole run flat advantage pointless. Regular tires with a spare tire cost half as much and provide a much more comfortable ride. Number 5. Auto Start, Stop Battery Killer. Auto Start, stop systems automatically shut off your engine at red lights and restart when you lift your foot off the brake. Car manufacturers push this feature hard because it improves EPA fuel economy ratings by a few percentage points, but they conveniently forget to mention the expensive mechanical problems it creates down the road. Your engine starting and stopping dozens of times during a single drive puts enormous stress on your starter motor and battery. Traditional starters are designed to work maybe 10 times per day, not 50 times during your morning commute. The constant cycling wears out starter components that were never meant to handle this abuse. The specialized batteries required for start-stop systems cost $300 to $500 compared to $150 for regular car batteries. These AGM batteries have to provide massive bursts of power repeatedly, which shortens their lifespan significantly. Most start-stop batteries fail between 3 to 5 years instead of the 6 to 8 years you get from standard batteries. Starter motor replacements run $500 to $1,200 depending on your car, and start-stop systems make starters fail twice as often. You might save $50 per year in gas, but spend $800 when your starter gives up or your expensive battery dies early. The math just doesn't work in your favor. Many drivers immediately turn off the start-stop system every time they drive because the constant engine cycling feels jerky and annoying, making the whole feature completely worthless. Number 6. Power tailgates, $1,200 repairs. Power tailgates seem convenient until you're standing in a parking lot with groceries melting while your SUV's tailgate refuses to open or close. These motorized systems add dozens of sensors, motors, and control modules that turn a simple, manual operation into an expensive electronic nightmare waiting to happen. The problems start when dirt and moisture get into the sensors that detect obstacles. Your tailgate might suddenly reverse direction halfway through closing or refuse to open because a sensor thinks something is blocking the path. Winter salt corrodes the electrical connections, causing failures that drive you crazy and cost a lot to diagnose. The worst part happens when the motor or control module fails completely, and you can't manually override it without removing interior panels and disconnecting the motor system. Emergency manual releases are hidden in awkward locations that require tools and gymnastics to reach. Power tailgate repairs start at $800 for sensor replacements and climb to $1,500 for motor failures. The control modules cost $600 just for the part, plus $300 in labor for programming. Many shops charge $150 just to diagnose these systems because they require expensive scan tools to communicate with the tailgate computer. A manual tailgate works perfectly for decades with zero maintenance costs. You can open and close it in any weather, never worry about dead batteries, and never get stranded with a stuck tailgate. Simple mechanical systems beat overcomplicated electronic ones every single time. Number 7. Built-in GPS, your phone wins. Built-in GPS navigation systems were impressive 20 years ago, but today they're expensive dinosaurs that can't compete with your smartphone. Car manufacturers still charge $1,500 to $3,000 for factory navigation packages that use outdated maps and clunky interfaces that make finding a gas station feel like solving a puzzle. The biggest problem is map updates. Your car's GPS uses maps that might be 2 years old when you buy it, and updating them costs $150 to $300 every few years. Meanwhile, your phone gets real-time traffic updates, construction alerts, and new business listings automatically without charging you a penny. Google Maps and Apple Maps know about road closures before your car's GPS even realizes new roads exist. Built-in systems have tiny screens with graphics that look like they came from 1995, while your phone displays beautiful satellite imagery and street view photos. Voice commands barely work in factory GPS systems, forcing you to pull over and hunt through confusing menu systems just to change destinations. When the GPS module fails, which happens frequently after 5 to 7 years, replacement costs $800 to $1,500 plus programming fees. The touchscreen might stop responding, or the system might freeze completely, leaving you with an expensive paperweight built into your dashboard. Your phone mounts to any car for $20, works perfectly in every vehicle you'll ever own, never needs expensive updates, and provides better directions than any factory system. Save your money and skip the built-in GPS completely. Number 8. Push-button shifters, confusing mess. Push-button shifters replace traditional gear selectors with electronic buttons that control your transmission through computers and motors. Car manufacturers market them as futuristic and space-saving, but they create dangerous confusion and expensive repair headaches that traditional shifters never cause. The biggest safety issue is muscle memory confusion. After decades of using traditional shifters, drivers instinctively reach for a gear lever during emergency situations. With push-button systems, you waste precious seconds hunting for the right button while your brain panics. Many accidents happen because drivers can't quickly shift into reverse or park when they need to react fast. These electronic systems fail in ways that leave you completely stranded. When the shift-by-wire module malfunctions, you can't get your car out of park even though the engine runs perfectly. Traditional mechanical linkages let you manually override problems, but electronic shifters trap you until a tow truck arrives and hauls your car to the dealer. Button shifter repairs cost $800 to $1,500 because everything requires dealer-specific computer programming and expensive electronic modules. A simple mechanical shifter cable costs $150 to replace, and any mechanic can fix it in 30 minutes. Electronic shifters need specialized diagnostic equipment that most independent shops don't have. The buttons themselves wear out from constant use, becoming sticky or unresponsive after 100,000 miles. You end up pressing park 3 times wondering if it actually engaged, creating anxiety every time you try to leave your car somewhere. Alright guys, so there you go. 8 fancy car features that'll absolutely destroy your wallet when they break down. I'm telling you, these things aren't just annoying when they quit working. They're straight up money traps that car dealers love pushing because they know you'll be back paying big bucks to fix them later. Look, if you're smart about this stuff, just say no to these features and put that cash towards something that won't leave you stranded at the mechanic. If I just helped you dodge a huge repair bill, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for more tips to keep your ride running without going broke. Let me know which one of these almost got you. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.